Please, Lord, with all my fears, Jesus, I've been crying all night. Martin, honey, are you ready?
No one could ever be ready for something like this. This will be a difficult day, but with God and you, Coretta, we can get through this together.
Amen.
Addie Mae Collins, Denise McNair, Carol Robertson, and Cynthia Wesley will forever live in our minds and hearts. They have something to say to every minister of the gospel who has remained silent behind the safe security of stained glass windows. They are the martyred heroines of a holy crusade for freedom and human dignity. They have something to say to every politician who has fled his constituents with the stale bread of hatred and the spoiled meat of racism. To the parents, you gave this world wonderful children. They didn't live long lives, but they lived meaningful lives. So, my friends, they did not die in vain. God still has a way of bringing good out of evil. History has proven over and over again that the unmerited suffering is redemptive. That in spite of the darkness of this hour, we must not despair. We must not become bitter, nor must we harbor the desire to retaliate with violence. Life is hard, times as hard as crucible steel. It has bleak and difficult moments. And if one will hold on, he will discover that God walks with him and that God is able to lift you from the fatigue of despair to the buoyancy of hope and transform dark and desolate valleys into sunlit paths of inner peace. And no greater tribute can be paid to you as parents, and no greater epithet can come to them as children, and where they died and what they were doing when they died. They died between the sacred walls of the Church of God, and they were discussing the eternal meaning of love. Good night, sweet girls.
Sweet princesses.
Gone, but never forgotten.
Martin, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Reverend Dr. Martin, why do they hate us so much?
Young Ruby, I would have to say both fear and guilt. Not wanting to face the guilt of their past causes them to hate the very thing that they feel guilty about. You see, fear is paralyzing. No matter what is done in their life, fear has you bound. And if you don't release it, there is nothing that you can do. It's paralyzing.
Well, how can we love those who hate us?
God tells us to love our enemies. You put the trust in Him. He sees all and He knows all. He'll fight our battles. We shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
Lord.